What was the metaphor? What do you think it was? It was a television, of course.
This is an extremely common scene at Ralph Brown Elementary School. Good friends and fellow staff members Scott Chudley and Shauna Cornwell chatting in the library. They've always had their profession in common, but you can imagine their total shock when they found out, just a couple of months apart, they share something much bigger.
I'm hoping to.
They each have a brain tumor.
You know, we had a little hug and decided, well, let's start a brain tumor club here at school, the two of us. We're brain tumor buddies. It's, I don't know what the odds on that would be. Fairly astronomical, I would think.
We have a small staff of like 25 people or something, so the fact that two of us, you know, within 3 months were diagnosed with a tumor was mind-boggling for sure.
So we got pencils right over by the sharpener, okay? Atta girl.
Chudley received his diagnosis first. Not only is he a busy educational assistant at Ralph Brown, he's also super active, competing regularly in triathlons. He felt so healthy, he actually didn't give it much thought when he started having trouble hearing his students and losing his balance from time to time.
Have a look in the mirror, see what your nose looks like. Just try and draw what you see.
He went to his doctor, was referred to a specialist, and went for an MRI.
What? A chin. Oh, I thought it was a beard.
Then he got the news. He had an 11mm acoustic neuroma.
It was kind of surreal, yeah, for sure. And they didn't really say you have a brain tumor. They said you have an acoustic neuroma. And I said, oh, okay, great, no problem. What do we do? And my wife's a nurse. I found out here at the school, actually. They phoned me, and I phoned her right away and said, oh, yeah, no, I just have this little acoustic neuroma thing. And she said, oh, you know, we're talking when you get home. She knew right away what it was, and I was still clueless. And so we looked it up, and wow, yeah, brain tumor. But you never think you'll hear that. So what do you have to do next?
Soon after, Chudley had non-invasive gamma knife surgery, which froze the tumor and let him get back to regular life without skipping a beat.
I always refer to my brain tumor as the hangnail of brain tumors. You know, it's benign, but left unchecked, it could do some serious damage.
Shauna Cornwell's tumor was a bit different. Her symptoms started with tingling and numbness in her hands and feet, plus a strange headache on one side of her head that never went away.
Strange head pain.
She too was sent for an MRI, only to find out she had a walnut-sized tumor in the outer meninges of her brain.
When I get the headache, it lasts for a while and nothing will sort of relieve it.
She still has not had surgery, just yearly MRIs to monitor the tumor.
If it doesn't grow, they'll do nothing with it. Surprisingly, you can live with a brain tumor the size of a walnut in your brain and live a normal life, and sometimes they don't do anything with them. So,
relatively speaking, Chudley and Cornwell's brain tumors haven't really affected their lives. Not the case for Denise Sabot. After nearly 20 years working on Via Rail trains, Sabot could probably put together a bed with his eyes closed, and in fact, that's almost what he has to do. A few years ago, Sabot was declared legally blind after surgeons removed a baseball-sized tumor from his brain.
So since that point on, I've been legally blind. It's a side effect of the tumors, but I'm still alive, so that's a good thing.
In a way, the 43-year-old has come full circle, assisting passengers as they board Via trains.
4-hour layover. Enjoy.
His brain tumor ordeal actually started at work. He felt so sick after a shift, he went straight to the hospital. At first, doctors thought he might have the West Nile virus, but a CT scan quickly showed 3 tumors in his brain. 12 days later, he had brain surgery, leaving him with the scar you see on his head and a drastic loss of vision. His hearing is also affected. He didn't let that stop him from eventually getting back to work, but he does admit to sometimes feeling discouraged. He has just enough vision to be able to work, but he cannot drive, which forces him to rely on his wife, Carrie, for nearly everything.
I'm still alive, I'm working, and there's always hopes of miracles in the medical field. Who knows? Things may get better yet.
Compared to someone like Denise Sabot, Scott Chudley recognizes he got off easy, but not everyone does. Considering as many as 10,000 Canadians are diagnosed annually, Chudley says people need to see a doctor if strange symptoms pop up and don't go away.
I'm a real feel-good story. I mean, I got it nipped in the bud real quick. And I guess I'm an advocate to really say pay attention to warning signs, right? You know, if you're feeling dizzy, if your hearing is lost, you know, if you are seeing kind of spots, like get it checked out. Don't just, you know, say, oh, it's no big deal, it'll go away. You know, don't take a Tylenol and ignore it. Like, take this stuff serious, because if it can happen to me, I mean, it can happen to anyone.
Those are fantastic.
For more information on brain tumors and the supports available in our area, as well as fundraising initiatives, please visit braintumor.ca. For Shaw TV, I'm Kim Babij.
See what Essence is doing? Similar to that, okay?